Hey everybody, it's me, Derek the Chocolate Botanist. I'm sitting outside. I have some things I want to do, I need to be doing. But I said, let me sit out here on the patio today. I should probably get it where y'all can see some plants. But I'm looking at the plants, so you're just going to have to look at me. You can see the reflection right here. But it's Labor Day. We got people joining in. What are y'all doing on this Labor Day? Where y'all at in the world? What y'all doing? What's going on? And this is the time for you to also ask me, a plant biologist, any questions. You are sweaty. Well, go sit in the AC. Hey, Faylin. Hey, Jason. All the other people coming in. I couldn't wave at all of y'all. What are y'all doing? Hey, Cassie. Now, I'm going to tell a story. I transferred, if Cassie is still here, I transferred from one back in New Bern. So let's start there. Let's start all the way there. Did you pass that class? Did you pass that class, Phelan? And the vibe today is I'm just outside. I don't sit on my patio enough. I just killed 3 cockroaches, wood roaches, the sizes of small puppies. I set them on fire. We'll come back to that story. Y'all get this to 10 views. I'll tell a story of me setting these cockroaches on fire. It's not the first time. It's not the first time I do it. It won't be the last. But when I transferred from basically parts of New Bern, where I come from, right? I ended up coming out of one school flow system, like James W. Smith to West Craven Middle to West Craven High to, yes, officially a botanist. Congratulations. Let's give some claps in the comments for Birchley Sovereignty, for her becoming a botanist, passing her class. We celebrate people here. Oh, I'm so excited for you. So West Craven Middle, West Craven High, I came out of that and went to Groversea Fields and then New Bern High. And it was a culture shock for me because I was very Southern. Like, y'all hear Southern in me now, and that's because I've picked something back up, but this isn't my original voice. Cassie would remember, hopefully, probably not, my original Southern. I used to sound like one of them people off of Andy Dickens. Andy Griffith. So, this is so in my face. There we go. So, oh my goodness gracious. Oh my hooches cooches. She was one of the good people that actually kept me sane. And I appreciate you, Cassie. So, giving you your flowers. I used fire to do some pest control on my sunflowers this morning. Oh my. If y'all want to hear my fire story with these roaches, y'all go ahead and share this. Thank you. You're one of my inspirations. I'm so excited to be here. I'm glad to be your inspiration, my dear. I am so glad. I am grateful. Because I could only be like dead people who I never met. Those are the only people I could reference for this plant biology thing. And I'm just grateful. So let me show y'all this patio real quick. This is my patio. This is where it is. I got some of these sunflowers I need to take out. I think when I was spraying, trying to get rid of the wasps, I ended up getting them up here. Hey, Rev, get down. So this is the patio. This is where I'm sitting on. And again, I just killed 3, maybe 4 cockroaches by doing to them what was it, Nebuchadnezzar? What he did to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Oh, I set them things on fire. But I'm just out here on the patio, you know. And you're right. We had to look out for each other to survive middle school. Middle school and high school was... I tell you, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the experience, but yeah. Hey, Samantha Shand. So what y'all doing? Again, I'm just out here on the patio. I'm going to be testing some things later, working on some stuff later, but I'm just chilling out. There's not a lot that I need to do some stuff out here. I need to really finish cleaning up this patio and replace the fabric. The fabric this year was rough. Hey, KHJ. What y'all up to? What y'all doing? Also, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, come back here to my YouTube and you'll see me live with Andre the Farmer and urban gardening with gray for the dirt on gardening. There we go. I had to make sure I get all these people's names right. Hey, KT Ross. You chilling in your backyard in Alberta, Canada. We love it in Alberta. It must be interesting to be in Alberta and then be looking at what's happening to the Americans. That must be real interesting. I'm enjoying my morning jar of tea. We love a jar of tea. Hey, JLBC. I am enjoying the day. You know, I was a little frustrated because I don't get paid for days off. Not for this, because I'm entrepreneuring, but especially for the job I'm at. And I was like, dang, I'm just gonna be not making money, but it's okay. I need to come out here and eventually prune all this stuff down, but I don't want to take it down right now because it's so beautiful. I need to start some seeds. Chill day in Chicago, misting plants. We love it. We love it. Hey, Craven Plants. I'm trying to see. I'm going to be going back in soon. I'll get in my computer. I want to set some stuff up. I'm going to be going on Twitch next month. But I want to go on Twitch today and do a live too. I'm trying to expand my horizons. Instagram don't really pay me at all. Like, I get maybe $5 or $10 a month from Meta, from all of the posting I do. I think I've recently had a reel that finally went up, I guess at the right time, because they're finally paying me for that one. But I don't be getting money like that from them, so I'm trying to expand my horizons, because the people that be like, yeah, just get the monetization, it's like, yeah. And TikTok, I'm trying, but I don't have enough followers up there. I don't have enough followers or watch hours on YouTube, so I'm just gonna try everywhere. These other places that can give me some play, because Meta don't be doing it. I drink my tea from a 24-ounce ball jar because I am needy. I also drink tea from mason jars, so I get it. It's just the easiest way. It's the easiest way to be. Well, we don't have 10 people. I'm gonna tell the story. So I came out here today to set up. And those of you coming in, I'm a botanist, the Chocolate Botanist. Share me, set this post. I'm sitting out on my patio, chilling out. I came out here to set up, and whilst I was trying to set up, I'm getting the cords out here, my phone dies, I'm trying to get some water. I ate a bowl of cereal. I was going to come out here, eat some watermelon, but I decided against it. And I look in one of the buckets, because I have a bunch of buckets out here on the patio. And one of the buckets, I say, it's like, oh, that's a big clod of dirt. Why is that clod of dirt standing on its legs? Hey, Just Beads. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Happy belated birthday, Just Beads. Why is one of these clods of dirt standing up on its back legs, and moving? And it was one of them wood roaches. 3 or 4 of them. One was on his back, and the other 3 were just kind of walking around, running around. So I took some alcohol I have. I don't suggest you ever do this, but I took some alcohol that I had. I have 90-ish% alcohol in the house, somewhere between 91 and 99. Let's say 95% alcohol. And I diluted it down to 70, and then I sprayed it in the buckets. Tried to get some paper to throw in there so it could just go up, because I was like, if there's enough heat in here, it'll just kill them, and then they'll die, and then I could pour it out. So it took me a while. I almost set the whole patio ablaze. That isopropyl, that IPA, it'll get you where you need to be. So I almost set the whole patio on fire trying to get 4 roaches, right? Because it's windy, the wind is going. Hey, Miss Wasp, you don't belong on this patio no more. Y'all was being real belligerent the other day. But I got it in there. One of them started running around in circles. They were running around in circles real fast. I don't know why they couldn't get out the bucket. I don't know why they couldn't get out. I don't know why you're even in here. There's nothing in the bucket. Maybe it smells like something they wanted. I don't know. But it wouldn't have been wild. Labor Day celebration. Patio on fire. Beloved social media botanist, Chocolate Botanist, sets his patio ablaze. Go on somewhere now. Go on. watching the wasp. So that would have been wild. So needless to say, after I set it on fire and I got a nice good flame going in there, I had a cup of water on standby. This here, I filled it up with water and then doused it in there and then threw everything off the side of the patio. Because I want them, if they are still alive, to know, don't come back up here. Don't bring your little roachy ways on my patio. I cannot stand a cockroach. And that's the thing with plants. You get enough plants and soil and leaves and detritus, you're going to have roaches. And I feel like it's even people moved in. I don't want to be that person, but some people moved in and I've been seeing them now come out in my house and I'm like, y'all don't belong here. Where y'all come from? Go back to whoever's house brought y'all in here. Whoever shook you out in their house, go back to their house. Anywho, that wasp is like, I hear cockroach cocktails were being served here. I don't know how that got on. I want y'all to know, when these filters cut on, unless you see me like going through a bunch of them, I never do this. Somehow, Instagram wanted to be like, aha! Let's cut this off. Anywho, so it's a part of plants, like you deal with insects and stuff. But again, these people, I don't even be knowing sometimes. These insects, these bug people, and I feel like it's just because it's been so wet. This year I'm seeing more on the patio, especially at night. They just be scurrying and running around. And I'm like, I do not want to have to spray the whole patio to kill them all, but I will. I might though. We'll see. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm thinking of a date to cut all these greeny things around me off, because I'm gonna need to get ready, get the soil and everything ready for the new season. Is the Dirt on Gardening happening tonight? Yes. Tonight at 8 p.m. as far as I know. Now, if it doesn't happen, that means we changed our minds. But as far as I know, yes, we are happening tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You come onto my Instagram, right? You will see me and Andre and Gray. If you like, hey, we don't got Instagram, we want to watch it on the Tizoo, go to the YouTube. We up there too. We dual stream. I'll be setting the stuff up. I was thinking about setting up a dual stream today, but we'll see. We'll see. Well, yeah, that was the story of me and the Roaches. They are, crisp to a flambe now. So, yeah, that's it. Hey, Drink Day. They are crisp to a flambe. But it's beautiful out here. I should be showing y'all this. Did I go to PlantCon New York this weekend? No, I didn't. If I went, y'all would have known. I would have been like, hey, I'm going. But I wasn't invited. And I don't go places I'm not invited. I don't be doing that now. Boop, there we go. Clean your cache. Oh, we love to see it. But yeah, I didn't go to no PlantCon. It would have been nice to go. I've never been. Well, I've been to New York, but I'm not like actually been to New York. Like last year, I ended up having a layover because of like everything shutting down. But it is what it is. And when I say I wasn't invited, it's not like I talked to them. Like I've reached out to them, but we haven't had like a big conversation. So I don't think like PlantCon is being irate and belligerent to me. But I just didn't go. I wasn't invited. They didn't hit me up. Like I make it real clear. Like if y'all know organizers of events, plants, whatever's, I make it painstakingly clear. I will go anywhere. You just pay my travel and my lodging, and then whatever my speaking fee is, I'll be there. But We haven't had that conversate. So, but if y'all do know people and y'all like, well, PlantCon wants you there, then like, tell them to jump in my DMs or email me or something. Tell them to email me. This is so beautiful. It's a beautiful day out here. Do something up here just bumped. Let's see who else is still up here. We got all these people up here. Real quick, how long has this been? It's 15 minutes, really? We're gonna be real quick. I'm gonna give y'all 2 minutes to ask me any questions y'all ever wanted to know about plants or biology or anything, and then I'm gonna jump off of here. I would adore for you to visit Chicago. I was in Chicago, in Schaumburg, last year. I went to Morton Arboretum. Yeah. And so, if you want if the people pay for me to get back out there, I'll be back out there. I'll talk and walk and do all the things. What are some good autumn plants to shop for? Depends on where you are, Samantha. So, depending on where you are, and this is where I want you all to keep in mind. I want you all to really pay close attention to what I'm about to say here. When it comes to autumn planting or any person you're following, and they're like, this is the plant you need to be growing right now in your zone, however they say it, right? That person is telling you their area, their zone, their location, their time of year, their seasonality, right? It's all different depending on where you are. Some people are starting leafy greens and they're saying this is the season for them to start it. In some areas, it may not be the time for you to start it, right? We all kind of have to go for what we know. But what I will tell you, my dear, is go to Cooperative Extension, your local Cooperative Extension office, Samantha. And this is any of you. Any of you are like, I need to know what I want to plant for autumn. Most of your Cooperative Extension offices in the counties that you're in the United States will tell you what to grow, when to start seeds, or when to get your transplants in, when to be able to do any of that. Okay? Samantha's in, she puts a Canada flag up. So that's going to be way different. I feel like there has to be an analog to Cooperative Extension in Canada. Like, I feel like we just can't be like, that's American and they only got it there. Like, it has to be somewhere else. But I'm trying to think. What I plan on growing, I'll just say that, is leafy greens. I want to grow some beets and leafy greens. And I want some flowers. I want some fall flowers, because that'll entice me to be outside more. Because once it drops below 70 degrees, I don't want to be outside anymore. City proper. Have I ever been to Garfield Conservatory? I have not. They talked to me about it there. I would love to go. Again, if y'all know the people, show them my content, and we can go from there. You would be carrying that cooler. Hey there, leather flower designs. So that's it with that. I'm gonna be doing leafy greens, garlic, and some beets. And I feel like I got some beets in here. Advice for transplanting a begonia that's water propagated too long. I've not done this, but I've seen it where people will put like the water propagated whatever into a pot of soil or growing media, right? Whatever that growing medium is, and then they'll put it in another pot that's waterlogged. And they'll just keep it overwatered while slowly like coming off of the water. So like slowly bringing it back down, 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 until it's at a reasonable level. So I've seen that with begonias that are like water propagated, because you don't want them to get shocked. But I've also had success in like water propping, not begonias, but aeroids, which are different, but similar, very vaguely similar concept. Water propagating aeroids like philodendron, monstera, pothos, and I'll let them be water propped until the roots are like 2 or 3 inches long. And then I'll put them into the soil and then water from there. But I have a lot more success now because of the growing method I use. They have some beautiful drops in the desert room right now. I'd love to see it. Charbuco. We are here for it. so here for. What are some easy, I told y'all 2 minutes, I gave y'all more time. What are some easy to take care of plants, to take care indoor plants used for air purification? I want you all to come real close to me, okay? There is no plant you can use to purify the air in your home. Nothing discernibly noticeable. I know there's a lot of more things out there that say the opposite, but they're basing it off of a NASA study that was done in a chamber. In a chamber that, it is kind of chilly out here. I should have kept my onesie on because this cold air is touching me a little wrong. You see how that cold air snatched my memoration? Air purification, they did it in a chamber, and that chamber was like locked off from the air. So in your house, even without you opening and closing the door, you have air exchange, some amount of air exchange every day, all day, which means some amount of pollutants and other junk from the outside air is coming into your home, right? And let's say you're not using AC and heat, you're not pumping air in, your house isn't perfectly airtight. The amount of plants you would need to make a discernible difference would be in a forest. You would need a forest amount of biomass, I'm sure, to be able and like somehow be able to stuff that within the confines of your home. Like that wouldn't be reasonable. So easy to take care of depends on you. If you know you're an overwaterer, then I will never tell you to get a succulent. I'll tell you to get a pothos or a philodendron, right? If you are an underwaterer, then I'll tell you to get a cactus or an arabica or a succulent in general. So it just depends on you. I need more information, drink day. I need more information. How do you take care of plants? Is your house warm or cold? You got bright lights? Like, where are you going to set this up at? I need a lot of information so that way I don't set you up for failure. I can give generalizations like the other people, but I don't like to do that. Because some other people give y'all generalizations and y'all get disappointed, and I come to you and be like, hey guys, we're going to grow some plants. Well, you know, I'm talking like that. I'll be like, hey guys, we're going to grow some plants. I'm the Chocolate Botanist. Chocolate. That's me, Chocolate. And then y'all be like, chocolates. 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 I remember when they made chocolate. My mama and daddy do too. I'm too much. Anywho, I thought about adding small amounts of soil to the water over a couple of weeks until the soil replaced the water. I mean, that's pretty much the same concept, but I would just start in reverse. Indoor plants are not my specialty. My friend gifted me a begonia shoe water prop for like 6 months. Wow. 6 months. That's a long time. Let's see. I'm an overwaterer. So yeah, those of you who overwater, I say this to you. If you underwater, it's because you just think this plant is an inanimate object like Buzz Lightyear, and it's not. If you underwater, it's because you generally equate love and attention to watering. And in relationships, I can sometimes be an overwaterer because I'm too much. I just want to give you love and acts of service and this and that all the time, right? But what I will tell you is check the soil before you water. You can walk and look at that pot without giving it water. You can walk and be like, okay, is it heavy? Let me put my fingers in there. I'm getting wetness. Okay, we're good. But I will tell you to get a pothos indoor or a philodendron. Any philodendron for the most part. A fern. They like to be humid, right? They don't want to be super sopping wet, but they would like to be humid. I'm trying to think of other plants that like to be like a little more wet, a little more generous to that. Those are the ones I can think of. It also depends on how you make your soil. Because I overwater, so I usually, when I started getting better, I changed my soil mixes because I mix my own soil. Build a people-side terrarium. That's what you would need for those plants to be like air cleaning. This is good life advice. Thank you. You listen to Mike? Do I listen? You listen to Mike? Who is Mike? Mike Jones. Who? Is that what we... I don't know what we're doing. This is 20 Roger Barter Hand 999. I don't know what we're doing. I hope this ain't like some rapper tag or something. My voice is going to be on some album. I don't give you permission. Anywho, I'm listening to a mixtape later. You listen to Mike? Dude, on the mix. New growth on a ZZ plant. When is a good time to repot? When you see things coming out the bottom of the pot. Anytime I repot a plant, it's for one of two reasons. Either the plant is like dying and it needs to kind of go into a smaller pot and go down, or the plant is coming out of the bottom of the pot, right? That is it. And really there's a third option too, which is I'm repotting into the same pot, but I'm just seeing like what's stalling you. Like, are you growing roots? Like, let me just check this soil real quick. Let me check these roots out. Outside of that, I don't repot until the plant is ready. And I know some people will do it because they're like, oh, my plant has gotten so big on the top growth. And the top growth can just go and sprawl out. But the roots are still, like, hey, we still good. So until I see root growth coming out the bottom, I'm going to leave it in there. I'm going to leave it in there. These plants out here, these babies, they go into those pots and they stay there. I don't touch them. I don't do nothing to them. Okay, you got one more time to fly close to me. All right. That's how you talk to a wasp. So, yeah, I would do that. That's what I would do. I know some of us are just so ready to repot because we're like, and again, that top growth can be amazing, but the bottom growth could just be like nothing. And generally, I'll even like, there's a hummingbird out here, and I'm trying to zoom in. That was so cool. This is why I grow all these plants out here. A hummingbird. There's at least like one or two that will come and visit this patio. And they'll visit based off of these random balms I got from Cure's nursery that shut down that they love. They love the hummingbirds. Bees come and they visit my mints and my balms and everything. It's amazing. This is why I grow these plants. Last questions. I said I was going to be gone 10 minutes ago. Last questions. Chocolates. There you go, Phelan. You're selling chocolates. I need somebody to make like me an album intro with that, and it'd be like, the Chocolate Botanist. You're selling Ma, they're selling chocolates. What? Chocolates. Chocolates. Also, do you have a Zelle or something you can send a cash app? You want to send me money? So my cash app is HAYNES90. That's my cash app. My Venmo is just HAYNES. And then my Zelle is under my phone number, 252. I almost gave y'all my phone number on the internet. We're just going to give y'all those two. I almost slipped. Then I'll be getting random texts at night from people. And y'all, I got a story to tell y'all. I'm going to tell y'all later, though. I got to wait until it dies down. I have a story to tell you all. I went to a good friend's garden. This is going to be the premise so I can remember what the story is. I went to a good friend's garden. And I had the vision because I see what they're doing, and they have this greenhouse and they're inviting people out, and you can like come and see and do this and do plant stuff and blah, 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 blah. And I said, I would love to do this, to be able to like have plants and to be able to invite people over. You come to my house, you pay a little bit of money, you see me, we see each other, you get to touch all my plants out, you sell you some seeds and going about my Negro business. But there was one person that just had me just say this idea is grown into the trash, file 13. So I'm going to tell y'all that story later, unless we go over the 10 people, and then I start telling it. What do I wish nurseries carried? What do I wish more nurseries carried? Black people as staff, especially not just as workers. I know this is not what you meant, but this is where I'm going. especially not just as workers, but actually like members of management, actually managing and running your greenhouse, actually providing like leadership, right? In the triangle, I can think of various greenhouses who have white or white passing leadership. And a part of the reason is I want that because we got the skill set, we can do it. And another part is I don't want it because it was one job, y'all wanted me to manage a greenhouse. I couldn't take off a fourth of the year. Like literally like 1/4 of the year is blocked off. Not just like the first half of it's throughout the year. 1/4 of the year you cannot take off for no reason. I mentioned before, and we're just talking, like very informal interview set up. And I mentioned like, well, hey, I speak and talk. And the person, and I can't see them, but they got visibly disgusted with me that I was trying to like, how dare I have another thing to do? And they would not tell me the salary of the position until after an hour-and-a-half interview to tell me 40 to 50 a year. Baby, you knew that was way too low. Part of me wanted to get up and say, you devil-worshipping woman, you knew this was not enough money to keep me in here. You wasted my time, and I wish I could sue you for molesting my time like this. Anywho, where was I going? The real answer to that question, Starbucks. There's not a specific plant that I wish nurseries carried because I go to various ones. So like here in the Triangle, in Durham, North Carolina, I will go to Gunter's Greenhouse and get a lot of cool, hey, hummingbird. I'll go to Gunter's Greenhouse and get a lot of cool plants. Hey, nail polish. What I don't see at Gunter's Greenhouse. What the ham sandwich was that? I couldn't even see it with my glasses. What is that? It's all on my leg. Y'all just gonna let something be on my face and not tell me? I was like, my hair is way back here. What is this? Y'all don't care about me. I don't know where I was. Gunter's Greenhouse. I'll go there to get a lot of cool stuff. What I don't get from Gunter's, I don't know how to door that open. What I don't get from Gunter's Greenhouse, I will then get from the Raleigh Farmers Market, that NC State on Centennial's campus. I'll go there because they got a lot of great vendors. There's one vendor I won't go to, but I go to a lot of them. From there, I'll go to Big Bloomers in Sanford. So, and then if I don't feel like going to Big Bloomers or going anywhere, and I go to like the big box stores, I go to Fifth Season. But if I don't feel like going to those places, I'll just go to some vendor online. So there's not really a lot of things I wish they had, because a lot of stuff that I was like wanting for, I got at other places. Hey, Dom Dolly, I need to message you. Can you send me your email? Can you email me, hey, Mr. Wasp or Miss Wasp, why are you flying so close to my leg? My God, go somewhere. And now I'm the bad person because I had to do this. Alcohol, y'all. 70%. Knocks it right out the sky. These good spray bottle, side note, because the wasp was all in my face, and I'd never want to do this to him. But I'm also like, I need you to like leave my face. I need you to leave my face. Stop flying in my face. Okay, where was I? Dom Dolly, please email me. So let's go back to what you were saying. Plants that I want, that I've always wanted, I've gotten at different conferences. Like the Southeast Plant Show, I got plants I wanted. Online, I get plants I want. People will often be, I have a friend in Chapel Hill who will give me plants I want. So I don't have the worries. I don't have no big worries. Other questions before I get off of here. I feel you. I had a local landscaping business set up and interview for a foreman set up a interview for a foreman position, only to tell me the day of the interview they filled it and wanted to offer me a maintenance position. That's the dumbest thing in the world. You should have called me. I wasted gas and effort getting dressed for you. I had one company, I'm going to talk about them because, whatever. They was really, on the precipice of a lot of stuff. I have the interview. I applied to the position. It's a greenhouse manager position. Basically, all the greenhouse work I can do. I can manage greenhouses. I can set your programming up. I can grow anything, obviously. Like, look at my patio. I can grow anything, upkeep anything. Like, it's not that big of a deal to me. You know what I mean? So I get on the phone with the hiring manager. The hiring managers tell me, they're excited, and we're going to talk and blah, 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 But the position has been reposted as they're telling me about it. My LinkedIn buzzes about the position to tell me that it's been reposted. I get to the interview because I'm like, you know what, whatever. I'm prayed up. I'm getting this position because I was at a job I hated during that time. I go to the interview. Of the day of the interview, I get into a wreck. Those of you who've been following me for a while know I was talking about totaling my car last year. I get into a wreck and spiral. I mean, I completely spiral and have a mental breakdown on the side of the highway. I tell the job, can we reschedule for later that afternoon because I'm really excited. And they're like, oh, no, you can take time. I'm like, no, I have to do this today. Like, I just have to. Because on that Monday, I think I started another job and I wanted to be able to kind of like not have to do a lot of mixing and moving. I get to that interview and I ace it. There's one person that gave me a pop quiz, but I ace it. After having a car wreck, I'm personable, I'm answering questions, I'm drawing diagrams for them to not hire me. And I didn't even find out that they already filled the position until like 3 or 4 months later. I'm messaging people, nobody's answering me. It was terrible. So these jobs are just demons. You find a good one, stick with them. Stick with them, stick with them. But last question before I get off of here. I said about 17 minutes ago, I was going to give y'all 2 minutes, and then here we still are. And here we still are. I had one job hit me up while y'all still typing y'all last questions. I had one job hit me up when I was looking for jobs, and some of them still do. They be reposting the same position. It's like BASF or something. Between them and Syngenta, they repost the same position over and over and over again. Things are it's a wild kingdom out here. They repost the same position over and over and over again, and then the temp agencies call me to see if I want to go for it over and over and over again. And I'm like, I'm overqualified for it, number one. And the fact that I'm overqualified and I'm still not getting a hire is horrendous. Have I ever gotten into tissue culture? I worked one tissue culture company, and it was the most horrendous time I have ever had in my life. I think the only thing worse than working at that company in Oxford, North Carolina, would be if I somehow got transported back in time into slavery. I think the only thing worse than that position I worked at for 9 months of my career would be if somehow my daddy wasn't my daddy and my mama wasn't my mama and somebody knocked me over the head and this was all just a fever dream, right? None of this was real. And I was actually living like during the Black Plague or something. That's the only way that job could have been the work. Like, I think the only thing that would have made those nights more insane is if it was like that American Horror Story, the Murder House, where you're like, because it just felt like that. Like, the premise of American Story Murder House, it's a very old TV series, so spoilers. There's a house, a lot of death has happened in it, and the ghosts are trapped. You die in the house or on the property, you are trapped. Unless your bones or something are moved, or your body's moved or something. It's where they go back in time. What was bad about it? The work was tissue culture. For those of you who don't know, tissue culture is doing one of these numbers. So you're very much like in your hands, in finger dynamic motions all day long. So you can just get like carpal tunnel and everything else. And like most companies that are doing this type of work, they want big expectations. They have big expectations, but little money. So you want people to start and basically be to where you are as far as tissue culture is concerned, speed is concerned. You're starting at 40,000, and when I reach this level that you're demanding I hit quickly, and your training is terrible, you don't know how to train people. You don't know how to really give people stuff without giving them too much. You then don't give them any more money. So people exceed expectations, or they get to expectations, and you don't give them any more money. And you just think $40,000 a year is a lot. And for me, coming from a job where I made six figures at one point, that wasn't it. And I accepted it because I was like, I'm not going to be like pissy about it or whatever. But I would let people know, like, I've led a lot. You want me to be a leader too. So I'm like letting it be known when people are having problems with my leadership suggestions or advice. Baby, I've managed half of my life. I've been in a leadership position for half of my existence, on and off. You've never led before. Why are you talking to me? And one person who had led was frankly intimidated because her mindset was, and I want y'all to make sure y'all are listening to me. If y'all are listening, type I'm listening in the comments. Her management style was, I view you all as my children. So I go off of that. So you are trying to parent me at my big age. I don't know who this is texting me. You are trying to parent me at my big age. And I didn't accept you in as a parent. My mama is 3 hours away from me. The only motherly figure that I would have that's closer is the first lady of my church. That's it. Like, there's other women in the ministry, but they would be somewhere in the triangle. There's no other mommy that you're going to be like, what are you saying to me? The manager under the manager, so manager, I call her Carol, and then the woman under her I called Iola. Iola is socially awkward. She's never led before. And because Carol is like, you all are my children, instead of Carol actually saying, let me show you how to manage and correct correct what's right and treat you all with the same level of excellency and expectancy. What Carol will just do is be like, if y'all say something to Iola, I'ma come down. Now, Iola can do something to you that's, trifling, that's grimy, that she shouldn't do, and I'm gonna make an excuse. She didn't mean it. She's under a lot of stress right now. She's going through, right? And then Iola would say something to you, do something to you, and then it would just be like, well, you don't need to say nothing to her because you were wrong and you shouldn't have done this and da-da-da-da-da. It was never even. So the workplace was literally like a toxic waste dump. The boss lady could be the female version of Duke Nukem off of the Planeteers. It was the worst actual place I have ever worked at in the entirety of my life. And to know that somebody who would claim to be a advocate and an ally to the black community would be quoted as telling somebody they were a discredit to their race, would be quoted as telling a black person they're a discredit to their race, would be quoted as telling somebody, if your daddy keeps smoking cigarettes, he might as well just go ahead and die now, not wait to let the cancer do, like, person reckless in the mouth. But you say something to them, they wants to get big and offended. They could give it and not take it. You throwing stones and hiding your hands. I can't stand that. You mess up, everybody's supposed to give you grace. I mess up, I'm written up. No sir, no ma'am, no turkey, no spam. So that is why tissue culture, when I did that for 9 months, was horrendous. I became, I feel like the fastest in the group, if not one of the top fastest people in my group, because that's what I do. And I know I come off as arrogant and boastful. That's what I do. I learn stuff, I dive deep, but it was just, there was no way. And if you, being the person that I am, a Negro who knows himself, I wish I could find it. I feel like I still have it in the house somewhere. So every so often I can be like, if I ever think anything is bad, I can look at it. My end of the year review. I'm doing everything you're asking. I'm fixing your problems. And you tell me I need to ask more questions. I ask a lot of questions. You aren't giving me the answers that I'm asking. You just gave me a book and told me to go through the book. But I'm trying to ask you, how do you all know these chemicals? I want you to explain to me these chemicals. Well, at your level, you don't really. I'm not saying I want to take over and do this. I'm just asking questions. I'm curious. Y'all got all these chemicals and we're putting all these things together, but I don't know the reasoning behind it. And that's also because you just want people who are workplace dummies, who are slaves, thralls, and not actual employees. And that's something that is terrible about the green industry, because they will do this. They will have these doctor, researcher people who are not great managers, who are not great people leaders, who don't have that skill set, who are great, who are knowledgeable about plants, who are knowledgeable about biology and plant science and chemistry and entomology and all these other things, right? Who know horticulture, who can grow everything, who can engineer your problems and fix it up, but they're not people leaders. And then you wonder why nobody is getting into this industry and the industry is dying. DJ Sweet Potato Spice says, to be honest, I don't believe in allyship from certain people. It's impossible for them to separate their identity from their privilege. There are some great white folk who I have met who are able to leverage their whiteness in a good way. And there's sometimes where I do have to still be like, hey, look, you feel this way because you have a different experience with that person, but keep in mind what my experience is colored by my complexion. So there's times where they will acknowledge that. But you are right. There are some people who... I was at a conference. A guy told me, you just need to hit the pavement and just apply to everything and do this and do that. I do. Well, I don't see why they wouldn't hire you. I would. That's because you appreciate me for my skill set and you acknowledge I'm brilliant. But even then, you telling me you would is just empty, because that doesn't help me get a job. It's just, you're saying that. What does that mean? Oh, I would do it. I would hire you. Ooh, you also probably attracted to me. This is why you're sitting here trying to, gas me up. Like, I'm brilliant. I'm intelligent. I'm 35. I have a bachelor's degree. I don't have a master's or a doctorate, so that's already strike one. And I don't have 40 years of experience doing the thing that I learned in a couple of years. And I'm not mediocre, so I don't have to take a decade to learn something, because I'm going to ask a bunch of questions and be humble in it, and then get it and be able to say, like, I am that man. So... Yeah. That these allyship, these jobs, these careers, it's something out here. It is something out here. Any last questions before I go off of here? I didn't plan on being up here for an hour. Did I answer all y'all's questions? Tissue culture, though. Yeah, that's what you can do. Drink Day, are you still here? I went on a tangent. She is, thank God. Can I use the peat moss and perlite? Can I just use the peat moss and perlite for houseplants? Yes. But it depends on what houseplant. Like for succulents, I wouldn't, especially as an overwaterer. I would also mix in like some sand or vermiculite or something, clay sand or pine bark or something where it'll break it down. I don't know where this thing is, this buzzing around in my face. It's like every animal. This is why I never sit out here. Every animal's like, let me buzz in your face right now on camera. Before I set all this up, except for them dead roaches, there was nothing out here bothering me. And now they're all like, get away from me. There's all this patio. I'm in a corner. Why are you touching the human? So yeah, I wouldn't just use straight up per, perlite and peat unless I know I'm not going to be like heavy watering. And then, almost got you. Had to sit over there and think about what you're doing. Do I do garden designs? Not anymore. I have in my past. The work is labor intensive, which I don't mind, but because because I'm black and joyful and jolly, the white people who I would do things for would just like either not heed my warnings on plant growth, or would just be like, "Do you really know how to grow plants?" So let me tell y'all a story. I love stories. We've been up here this long. I might as well tell y'all another story. If y'all want another story, go ahead and give me some clapping hands. So here's what had happened. I was laid off from a job some years ago, and I said, let me go. And a sister of mine was like, we need to start this business and do this and do that. And I did get some money, but it was the microaggressions were not worth it. There was a white man who was a master gardener. I can't remember what his main job was. His day job was he worked before he retired, but he was a master gardener. He would try to test my gangster botanically all the time. And what it would look like is you ask me questions that I know that you know the answers to. These are simple softball questions. Hey, I'm going to get your soil tested done with Cooperative Extension. Well, it takes this long and blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. It doesn't take me that long. Well, yeah, because I've done it before. Da, 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 da. I know you're a master gardener. I know what the Master Gardener program is. I have friends in Cooperative Extension. My soil requests never take as long as everybody else's because even if I do give it in, I can just text my friend and she'll just take it in early. He asked me what these growths were on his camellias. He had these beautiful camellias in his yard. And I said, I know you know, this is what I'm saying in my head, I know you know these are seed pods because you planted these in your yard. Hey, Lauren. But I gave him about a 15-minute explanation in the heat of the sun. Because mind you, hey Anubis, mind you, when you want to be ignorant with me, you should never do it in the heat because I don't really mind it. I'm in the sun. I'm in the sun. I'm happy. My skin is glowing. I'm feeling great. I'm good right now, especially at the start. I'm feeling great. So needless to say, I gave this man a 15-minute explanation about what seed pods were and how they grew on his things. I said, you have never seen these before? So that's why I don't go into landscaping anymore. It's just the microaggressions of it all. I could be a white person with my same demeanor and get no flack. And if I'm a Negro with my demeanor, you gonna sit here and look at me and be like, I don't know. Do you have a degree? Do you have excellence? What's your certificate? Do I need a certificate in landscape? You are a master gardener because you took a volunteer class. Your certificate does not equal my degree. I love your knowledge. I love your expertise. And I love that you have to do extra learning. But it is not equatable to my botanical degree. You were in a circle of knowledge that overlaps what I had to learn as part of my... Anywho, I'm doing good, Anubis. Just telling stories. I was about to get up here, but the people was asking questions. What about a house plant like Trascantia? I think you're asking about Wandering Dude or Wandering John. Purple Inch Queen. Is that what you're asking about? MSTB627. Those plants can handle a little more water, so I don't mind doing them in straight peat or perlite. It's for me, my soil, I mix for the plant and for the experience. Like outside, you're not going to get a lot of place saying because I'm not going to want to water all the time. So I'm going to make them peat or cocoa core heavy mixes. And I may even mix something in that'll help hold more water because I don't want to water all the time. until I get a place with hoses. Then I don't mind. Even then, though, I want you to hold water and be good. So if I'm gone for a couple of days, I don't have to have anybody over every day, right? Indoor, it's the same thing. I don't want to water all the time, but I also don't want this to be just sitting in water, soaking water. I have a anthurium that just died because the soil mix was so just laden that it just sat there and sat in water in wet soil and rotted. It's terrible. But it depends on your watering style. Again, if you're an overwaterer, you want something that drains more. If you're an underwaterer, you want the opposite. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? We're talking about plant biology. I've been telling stories about working in the green industry. We did all types of cool stuff. I tell you. Thank you. I'm going to repot with that today. We love it. I was talking about working in tissue culture. That was dope. The tissue culture, the company vision was dope. The company leaders were on dope. That should be a shirt they get made. The vision was dope. The leaders had to be on dope, especially you talking to people any kind of way. You talking to people any kind of way. You tell me you had to fire somebody because they just kept just being this and that and the other. And I'm like, but your little daughter that you got under you, that's not your daughter, but you treat like a daughter, she's done all types of janky leg stuff. She should have been gone herself, but you protect her. Hey, Black Phoenix Gardens. That's why I can't stay in some of these green industry places. Black and brown people are not allowed to be people in the industry, just in general, especially in the green industries. We are not allowed to have bad days. I've worked with people in the green industry who it was known, they're going to have an attitude, they're going to have a problem. I don't want to tell them they're going to have a problem. And then I get emotional or I get passionate about something and ask, Derek, you need to calm down in your toy. Cape Town, all the way out there? Save this topic. I want to chime in. You coming online? You going to join me on this live? You going to join me, Black Phoenixes? I wish these things would stop flying over my head. And especially right here. It is the most wild thing in the world. I literally worked for a woman who would blow up on people, but did not want people to blow up on people. I'm like, the call is coming from inside the house, baby. Why do I know about a story of you and you treating your kids any kind of way? Appreciate you. I appreciate you too. I just got out the airport. You better be just getting out the airport. How long is it going to take you to get somewhere where you can get some signal and talk to me? Because I've already been up here for about an hour. I can keep trying to chit away. But, it's a contradiction. It is a contradiction. I got to this job. I'm going to tell y'all the story how I found this job. So I found this job because I knew a guy who I used to work with at a company that I got laid off from. The guy that I knew, he ended up going to this job and applying and getting in. I saw it on his LinkedIn and said, well, by George, if he can get it, surely I can get it, right? I get the job, and I already know it's going to be on that BS because they hire me on the day. Send me an invite to the next one. It's time to do what we've been talking about. You right about that. Phoenix, I'm going to take this screenshot. Hit me up in my DMs so we can make sure we can collaborate something. So I get the job on day one. You tell me that the salary is $40,000 because you got to hire all these people. And that's what you got to do. So you're going to have to and you willingly say, I got to pay people less to get more people in so this dream can come true. That's basically what you say. And when I say that, I mean, that's literally what was said. I start this job. I have COVID for 2 weeks, which was a reprieve, but it was just, I'm trying to, new job, new place, the job I was at, I really love those people. Let me give this something, let me give this some, some chances. But I noticed on day one, the boss lady is talking about this employee. And when I say she's talking about this employee, Carol is going in, oh, this person, they complain about this, they complain about that. Nah. Now, mind you, I've only been in the building for all of 20 minutes. I've only been working for maybe 20, 30 minutes. You telling me about this person, and I'm noticing when you're training me, the people who you said have been here before me are all like, also, oh, let me watch you do it. Let me come around and see you do it. Let me come around and see this. I'm like, why are all y'all coming around? Oh, we've never seen this. Oh, I've never seen you do it. Oh, I got to see this. Oh, I got to see that. Oh, I got to do this. I'm like, so y'all don't have a training program. The boss lady tells me one thing. Carol tells me to do one thing. Iola's telling me to do something different in the same breath. Carol's like, get out of here. Carol is like, do this, do this. Iola's like, no, you got to wash your hands and then put the gloves on. Like, y'all already are conflicting while Iola's running her mouth or Carol's running her mouth. So, there's one specific wasp that keeps buzzing around just to be like, oh, I'm here, you can't get me. You wait. Mind you, when I pulled up to this job, there's a woman outside with her baby. I'm like, you got a baby or something out here? Like, what is this? What is going on here? Why is this baby here? She got a dog on the inside of the building. Dog pisses on the carpet. I've only been in the building like 10, 15 minutes. Dog pisses right on that carpet. I said, these people are insane. Boss lady Carol is talking about this woman bad. And the same woman later is defending her when I hear the story of Carol being like to another black person or to a black person that they is a discredit to their race. Oh, this person, he just wasn't working hard and this and that and the other. And I'm like, I don't care what was going on. He could have been Jack the Ripper. You don't ever tell a black person they are the discredit to their race. Hey, Mystical Bloom. There's no reason you as a white person is telling me, a black person, or any black person, what a credit or discredit we are to their race, unless you are going to do that to every race you run into. If you ain't, then I need you to put the shut to the up. And you're right, Anubis. We can't be passionate. We can't be, engaged. We can't be frustrated. We just have to be joyful minstrels. It's the same with photography. We working in corporate photography. Hey. Yeah, it's the same. Like I have to, if I feel some type of way, people, oh, Derek, you're doing too much. Oh my God, you're doing this, you're doing that, blah, da, 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 da. I'm like, y'all, stop it. I literally had a guy who would have temper tantrums and jump up and down like grape ape. And y'all didn't say a word to him. And I get a little loud. And now, he's too much. Carol would get loud, talk about people. And again, somebody talk about her daughter Iola, and mind you, they're not related. It's just they had a mother-daughter relationship. Her daughter Iola not being able to read, it was a problem. Grape Ape, for those of you who don't know, I feel like there's a younger audience up here. Grape Ape was a TV show, a cartoon that used to come on back in the day. Maybe like Grape Ape. So it was terrible. Get out of here. I got you. Try to do those evasive measures. As soon as I get loud, I'm the scary black man with the tattoos. The scary black man with the tattoos, the dreads, and the height. I'm now a suspect. Right? I had people to tell me this ain't the Derek show. He needs to just know how we do things and da-da-da-da-da. Why are you talking to me any kind of way? And y'all make up new rules every 2 weeks. The thing I did that caused y'all to be like, this ain't the Derek show, was to help somebody who was going to be going in like 10 minutes. I did something that would not have even impacted them. And now it's Derek just doesn't know what to do. So now I'm not going to touch this at all no more. Because this person isn't even managing their role right. And I come in and make it look easy, and now they mad and pissy at me. But they want to be like, oh, Derek, I appreciate you so much. Lady, I know you rat-faced. I almost slipped into some other language. Let's go ahead and go on a new story. Making up stuff every 10 minutes, got 911 on speed dial. It was terrible. Tissue culture, it was just, I was like, I'm never doing this again. And specifically, that specific company in Oxford, if any of you are ever like, I'm in the Triangle, I'm going to work in Oxford, North Carolina, Derek, I would be like, don't do it. And let me tell you why. And I will tell you. Goalposts was moving. You are right. She's art dealer chic. They stay moving the goalposts. Goalposts kept moving. I'm doing everything you ask. I'm not in here all the time. Oh, Derek, you're gone too much, and we need people who are here all the time. I told you from the jump street, I speak, and I told you when I was going to be speaking. I'm going to be going like a couple of days here, maybe like a week here. Oh, that's no problem. And it's like, there might be more times because I speak a lot, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, that's no problem. And she's like, oh, that's no problem. Oh, that's because you didn't believe me. That's really why it's no problem. You didn't believe that I do what I do. You don't believe that you can Google Derek Haynes and see my picture. And I'm the top source, and it says botanist, American botanist. You don't believe that. I am that man. And if this was one of my close friends, I had to say another word instead of man. I'm glad to be out of that job, though. That was a rough time for me. God did it. He got me out, though. I got stories to tell. I got ways to connect to people. But I never want to do it again. Reluctant dragon. Any other questions y'all got for me before I get off of here? I've been saying I'm going to get off of here for the last 50 minutes. It's like black people when they're leaving. Well, I'm going to go now. And you get back and start talking again. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. I actually have been quoted saying that before. The HNIC. I have been actually quoted as saying that in a building because I needed the people to know. Specifically one person that pissed me off, another one. I needed them to know. I was like, you don't run this, I'm the HNIC, and if you don't know what it means, you better Google it. Anywho. And I blanked. I didn't even realize I said it. I just blanked out. Starting this garden has made me want to go back to college for it. You should. And I mean, I talk about master gardeners because they sometimes piss me off with how, what's the word I'm looking for? Prideful they can be, right? But you miss the plant content. You're reluctant. You come back up here at like 8 o'clock. I'll be live again, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But what was I saying? Master gardeners. You can become a master gardener and learn great horticulture. Female engineer in Iowa. I feel you. I know you do. They will look at the women like stuff. You are. I feel like they're supposed to say, you are so inspiring, sir. Thank you. I try. I'm grateful. The frustrations in my life can help other people. Yeah, you just got here. I've been up here for a minute. I was gonna be up here for 20 minutes. I want a horticultural degree. I mean, you can get a horticultural degree, but when I say a master gardener, it's not a class. It's a series of classes. Like, it takes a couple of months to get a certificate. But it is a great way to get some free knowledge. For those of you who are like, in the United States, I want to learn some stuff about plants. There's a volunteerism aspect behind it, so you do have to give back, right? So it's not like you get off scot-free, but it's a good way to kind of get in there and do your thing. So, yeah. I say, do it. And again, if you're in a place where you can get it, you want to have the largest hot pepper farm in the USA, well, yeah, definitely so horticulture will definitely be a good place to start, but you would also need an agricultural degree because growing on a large scale versus small scale has different considerations. Like me growing for myself, I do different things. Hey, from the Middle East, I do different things for myself than I would if I'm growing like on a large scale. Like these plants are big and bushy. My patio looks beautiful, but I'm literally just growing things that have self-seeded. Like I'm not harvesting to sell or to process into anything or to do anything like that. If I was, then I would have to like really tune up into a different style of growth. It's like there was a game that used to be out, and it still is, but you could probably get it. It was Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, right? And with Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, you had two or fighting styles. I think you had two or three fighting styles. And you would have a weapon, and then like two, or maybe you had like two hand styles or something, but you could basically like do these massive combos, I can remember. And you could flip through all your different fighting styles. Some fighting styles were better suited for different things, right? It's like that. Like you still are hitting and punching and kicking, but I don't know who that is. They were real loud. You're still hitting and punching and kicking, right? But it's a different level when I'm trying to like fight somebody with a weapon. I'm probably going to use a weapon myself, right? Certain things in that Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, when I was trying to defeat Moloch and the Ani, I would have to use the Raiden. He had this long staff, and there was this like trick he could do where he would basically trip you up, and I would like do that one move over and over and over again to beat him. So it's like that. You need different considerations, especially in so much as like, you know, growing all these things. But if you're growing hot peppers, I hope you're doing like Afrocentric hot peppers too, like fish peppers or things that a lot of us would be using. So please tell me how that goes, and hit me up if you have some questions. You can hit me up in my inbox, and I can try to, you know, talk you through some stuff. But there has to be an agricultural institute somewhere near you, so I hope you can just, you know, get in where you fit in and go from there. Any other questions before I get off of here? I feel like I keep saying that because I don't want nobody to be left out. It's been so long since I've really been live by myself. We got Shan here, Rosa Plants, Charbucho. We got Jermaine. Oh, your name. You one of them Jacksons, Jermaine? We got Our Place, She's Art. Yes, and Caribbean Pipers. How long have I been locked? We love a good sidebar. I have had my hair locked since 2012, I believe. Either 2012 or 2011. I'm all in these people's business. Let me find out. That's so beautiful. So, yeah, I've been locked up since 2011, 2012. And my hair was longer. Like, when I got it cut, it was actually at this length just about. But it was like, so much was just dropping off and just damaged. So I ended up having it cut. I am effing appreciated. We love it. Just a little bit. I feel left out because I only do indoor plants. I do indoor plants too. I do both. I don't know where some people think I feel like the indoor people think I only do outdoor plants, and the outdoor people think I only do indoor plants. I do both. I'm just sitting outside because I wanted some sun on me. But I do both. You found your professor. Look, you wouldn't be the first person to call me professor. I just do what I can to help people. I feel like knowledge shouldn't be behind a lot of obstacles. Like a paywall, maybe, but they shouldn't be behind a lot of obstacles. They're beautiful. Thank you. I just got them done on Saturday. So I'm grateful. You can see my scalp again. Ooh, looks like a little bit of dandruff right there, or the gel she uses. I'll catch you back again later tonight. Please do. Any last questions before I get off of here? I'm going to wait until a minute. There we go. Y'all make sure y'all share this out. I haven't been live like this in a long, long time. I used to go live like this right around COVID. I used to be like 80 minutes here, 70 minutes there, 120 minutes. Locks are a thing. I'm grateful for them. I'll be back tonight again as well. Yes, please do. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Y'all come back. You'll see me live with Andre and them. Just come to my page. Come to my page now. You'll be back later on too. We love to be back later on. Y'all better come on. I think we're gonna be talking about fertilizer tonight. The difference between aerobic and anaerobic fertilizer. We should probably just talk about fertilizers in general. Hey, Grateful CJ, you came on at a very unfortunate time because I'm about to get off of here. Do I like Hoyas? I love Hoyas, but they don't love me too much. I think they're succulents, and I just haven't mastered giving them everything they wanted as far as light and water is concerned. So I think I have one somewhere, but I don't know how it's doing right now. I can't even remember when's the last time I touched it. So I hope that helps. I do love Hoyas, though. I mean, I have a good friend who loves Hoyas more than me. But if you're going to send me some Hoyas, Raza, or Rosa, if you're going to send me some Hoyas, I'll take them. But you know, they don't appreciate me for the man that I am. But I think we're going to get off of here. Y'all got other questions, hit me up in my DMs. Y'all have a beautiful rest of your Monday. Happy Labor Day. Enjoy yourself. And I'll see y'all tonight.